back to my channel. It's your girl Azine Williams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to this channel, kindly click on the subscription button. Click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. People of God, a lot went down last night. We actually did have our fight of the season, as I love to call it. It was a showdown between Ilebaye and the ladies of the house. Yes, I mean, aside from that, other stuff happened last night. It was a cocktail of different things that went on, and I told myself, you know what, this is not a voiceover kind of video. This is a video where I have to come and show my face for you guys to actually see how I feel about this whole thing. Yes, guys. So, I mean, they partied last night. You know, there was a lot happening at that party. You know, there was a kiss between Mercy and White Money. There was, you know, transferring of food from, I think, Mercy and Kidwire, Summer and Angel. And, I mean, a lot happened last night, right? At that party, the DJ Neptune killed it. I mean, I had so much fun. I was dancing with them. It was lit. Then after the party, of course, we all know one thing about Big Brother Naija is after every Saturday night party, the drama begins. And I don't think we actually signed up for this level of drama. Yes, I mean, a drama that could cause somebody strikes or even disqualifications, as a lot of peeps have been, you know, saying. Yes, guys. So what actually happened between Ilebaye and the ladies? So earlier yesterday, I noticed that Doyin and Ilebaye were kind of like withdrawn from each other. They were giving each other social distancing. I actually didn't understand it till I catch my mind back of the night before, where Ilebaye was telling Doyin about something. I think it was Kid or New. I'm not sure who, you know, told her. And, you know, Doyin wanted to know who is this person that said this thing. But Ilebaye insisted, I'm not going to tell you who it is, but if you want to find out for the person, fine. But this is what this person said. And it was at that point that Doyin felt like, you know what, you're not being a good friend. Because if it were me, if it were, you know, me that had this stuff, I will come to you and tell you who said what. So throughout that day yesterday, Ilebaye and Doyin kind of like were giving each other social distancing. And Doyin had a very, very bad day. Trust me, she had a bad day. There was a tampon found around the sink area, which other people were saying that it was her. She had a face up with cross because of it. I think because of a bowl that they used and they were looking for it or something like that. I think the bowl was being used in the bathroom, and cross came out, you know, for her and said that it was her because he saw her pour water, you know, from the kettle in the kitchen to the bucket, and he saw that bowl inside the bucket, and she went on for cross. I mean, before the party, she was already pissed. She was pissed going into the party. So when she was having her makeup, she had a discussion with Ceec'S, you know, and talked about how the person that she has always had her back in the house did not have her back at this time that she needed the person most. And we all know who that person is, Ilebaye. So all these was, you know, some of the things that happened in the background that led up to the moment. So after the party, you know, Ilebaye was on one side, I think with Cross, and then with Neo, they were having really this long discussion about what I do not know. Shy of the system, they were all tipsy, you know, they were all like, Big Brother, play music and all that. Then at some point, in another corner, there was Mercy, Ceec'S, and Princess, and they were with Doyin. Yes. So they were basically telling Doyin, you see what, this girl, you have her back, is using you. She is using you, you know. It was so intense that Princess said something about Ilebaye having a cowrie at the back of her head, that, you know, when she losing her hair, she used the cowrie, you know, to do a bracelet or a neck chain or something like that, which was kind of insinuating that she is into juju, black magic. Remember that time in the Big Brother Pepper Them that somebody insinuated something like that about Taja? Yeah, exactly something like that. And not just that, Messi also told Doyin that, see, maybe this girl is even using your star. Just go and check yourself. I'm like, what? If you're a Nigerian, you will know that if somebody says somebody is using your star, it's something diabolical. Like that person is using your destiny to shine. Yes. And not just that, Ceec'S also said that this girl is coming with this victimhood, you know, strategy, and she might just, you know, get to top 5 with this thing because the viewers don't see everything. So that was what they were telling Doyin, because I think, you know, Ilebaye also went on for doing that same day. Yes, guys. And they were telling Doyin, see, this girl is not worth it. She's not supposed to be your friend. She's using you. blah 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 blah. And Doyin was just listening to them and said, you know what, I think I see it now. Everything you guys were complaining about, I see it now. Now I don't know what happened exactly at that moment. I don't even know if Kayode showed it, but I know that Ilebaye was crying. And then why was she crying? We did not know until Para went there and was consoling her. You know, that was when we learned that I think she and Doyin, I think they had a conversation or something of that sort. I think she went to meet them, meet Doyin where, you know, the other aunties were. And I think it didn't turn out well. And she was crying over there. And the others, Ceec'S, Mercy, Princess, and Doyin, we're still on the other side though. And you know that garden is not that big, so they were talking at the top of their voices, and of course somebody over the other side could hear them, right? So that was what happened. Then at some point Alex took over, was, you know, hugging Ilebaye and all that, and she was still crying. At some point Kid Y wanted to take Ilebaye away from there. Now it was at this point that the ladies were now standing out there, I think the left side of the garden. So while, you know, Kid Y was trying to take Ilebaye away, guess what happened? Now before that happened, Doyin wanted to have a conversation with Ilebaye later, because she said that if she has a conversation with Ilebaye now, they will end up, you know, exchanging words, and that's not good, because of course alcohol is in the system. And Ceec'S was like, you know what, you don't want to have the conversation now, it's fine, I get it, that's your business and all that. So as Kid Y was taking Ilebaye away from there, I think probably wanted to take her into the house, then Ceec'S just came and was like, Kid, leave her alone. Leave that girl alone. I'm like, what? Like, before we could say Jackie, Ilebaye said, shut up, bitch. I'm like, okay, shit is about to get real right now. Like, we thought we're not going to get any more drama tonight. And oh my goodness, drama, here we come. So before we could say Jack, there was a face-off between, you know, Ceec'S and Ilebaye. You know, Ceec'S was all up in Ilebaye's face. At some point, Ilebaye pulled her hair. Yes, Ilebaye did pull her hair and then held her. You know, like, you know, when you're holding somebody, like, and I don't know how to explain it, but held her. And, you know, Angel and others came to pull Ceec'S away. Ceec'S was mad, furious. Ilebaye was ranting, and Ceec'S went off. They were insulting themselves. You know, Ceec'S called her a slut, called her what. Ilebaye told her, oh, I'm just 22, and blah, blah, blah. Ceec'S said, oh, at 22, I was a lawyer, and all that. Like, it was a back and forth, a very heated moment. Ceec'S, you know, mad side was activated. Now, when Ceec'S was taken inside and she was still ranting, and Ilebaye was out there, guess what? Princess found her voice. Yes, the voice that she could not find with Urel. That's a story for another video. So she found her voice. So that was how Princess was like, you see this shoe? This my shoe can land on your forehead. I'm like, huh? Princess, you? That was how Ilebaye was like. And Ilebaye was sitting on the other opposite end. And Ilebaye was like, you know what? Let it touch me. Let it throw it. Let me see. You know, and she was like, no, like, she was basically goading Ilebaye at that point, honestly, because I don't see why you want to tell her that you can show her your shoe. Like, I don't get it. And that was how, you know, Princess was taken away from there. I think it was Alex or who that took her away from there. And of course, Angel was super excited. She was happy that this was happening. Then Big Brother called Ilebaye to the diary room, probably to calm things down. And Ilebaye went into that toilet. You know, she was going to that toilet area that was by the garden. And guess what? Doyin decided to follow her. Like, Doyin decided to follow her, and she pushed Doyin like, Doyin, leave. And Doyin was still by the door, and she was trying to close the door, and Doyin was still there, and she was saying, Doyin, leave. I'm like, it was crazy my last night. The boys, I mean, activated their plans of not trying to separate a fight. Even when Cross tried to separate them, you know, tried to take Ceec'S away from that place, you know, Kid Wire and the rest said no. And you know, Cross was mad drunk. So they kind of like pushed Cross away from there. And that was how at some point, you know, Ilebaye, after spending so many minutes in that toilet in the garden area, Neo was the one that later took her to the diary room, and she was in the diary room all through the night, and it was chaotic. Ceec'S was shouting, Angel was praising God that it happened, because again, another thing that also happened when they were exchanging words, Ilebaye was like, is it because of a man? You're fighting me because of a man. And Ceec'S was like, because of who? And all that it was not because of a man and blah, blah, blah. Then Ceec'S was, they were telling Doyin, that Doyin has been enabling her and all that. Meanwhile, in the room, after some flirtations, whatever, with Kid Wire in the dressing area, the likes of Mercy, Shay, Fraud were talking about Doyin. This time around, they were saying that Doyin is the master puppeteer, that Doyin is the one engineering Ilebaye to act out. Yeah, I mean, this is part of the people that were saying that Ilebaye is this, that. And in the true fashion of Shay, always insulting people's parents. He went off like, oh, if I see her parents, I'll tell them you did a very bad job. I'm like, look at you. He was like, oh, I'm a traditional man. I don't know, maybe Shay thinks that saying I'm a traditional man excuses him of the stupidity he once in a while. What did I say once in a while? He often spills, like, anyways, they just went all out. They started talking about how Doyin is a dirty girl, how she's lazy, how she can't even sweep the room, how she has to wait, for the guys to cook for her. Fraud, White Money, they talked about it and all that. White Money did not say a word, mind you. White Money just lay down there and was listening to them. And that was what happened. Later on, Big Brother called Kid Wire to the diary room. Kid Wire stayed there for a long time. Then he came out, and that was when, he, according to Doyin, he came to Doyin and was like, oh, that girl is a bad person, she's making you look bad, I told you it's all her fault. And Doyin was not buying that, because apparently Doyin has also clocked Kid Wire's strategy of trying to bring two people's head together, because before then, Princess was already relating her issue with Uriel about what Kid Wire said that Uriel said about her to Doyin. Like I said, that's a story for another video. So basically, that was what happened last night. Like, you cannot believe that these guys kept me up all through the night. I've not really slept, because I really want to know how this will end and what will happen. Now, this is what I think about this whole thing, right? Big Brother will call them today to the living room. That is much expected. And like Adekunle said, it's not just going to be about Ilebaye at this point. A lot of people that are involved might collect strikes. Yes, guys, I don't think that she might be disqualified, because she has not had any previous strikes. I see a lot of people, coming out on Twitter saying that, oh, this was what Beauty did, and Beauty was immediately disqualified. This was how, they disqualified Tacha and all that. And my point is, maybe you've not been watching Big Brother. Beauty was not disqualified that first night that she pulled Ilebaye's wig. No, she was not disqualified. She was actually disqualified after that, the next week, because she had already gotten a strike. Tacha too already had a strike before her, whatever with Mercy. So since Ilebaye had a clean sheet, or has a clean sheet at this moment, the highest I think she can get is 2 strikes, a double strikes. And she's not the only one I think that's going to be getting a strike. Ceec'S also might be getting a strike. One, because of provoking Ilebaye. Princess might actually also get a strike, because you can't just tell somebody that's sitting on her own crying and you tell the person that your shoe can hit on her head. Like, that was the first time in watching Big Brother that I'm actually seeing Princess, participating in something. Honestly. So I feel like she too will get a strike. Now, aside from the striking situation, I think, honestly, yes, Ilebaye might be too much. Yes, Ilebaye might have a strategy, but who in that house doesn't have a strategy? I mean, have we not established here on this platform that it's a house for, all stars that have gone in there to get 120 million naira, and they all have strategies? Like, what happened, or what they're talking about, Ilebaye having a strategy and all that, that's a strategy. You two go and do your own strategy. I mean, isn't that the same thing that Parrot did to White Money, during their season, saying that White Money has a cooking strategy? I mean, who goes to win 120 mil and you do not have a strategy? Which of them there do not have a strategy? I said we are actually trying to act dumb. As long as, her strategy is not harming any other person, I don't see anything wrong with that. Yes, if it's in the real world, I probably will call her out, but this is a game. I mean, you guys have tried to make me understand several times that it's a game. So why is her strategy such a problem? I mean, I think this is what these people should be talking about. Ask themselves. Ceec'S is all about, I love Ceec'S. You guys know that. And she kept saying, oh, it's not about cross. My dear, there is a single denominator in all this. It's cross. She kissed cross. You say that you and cross are like brother and sister, which we all know that's a lie. You like the guy, and you can't come out to say, okay, I like the guy, but somehow you want to pin it on this girl, saying that she's jumping from one. Is it your business? I think what even irritates me more is Angel. Angel that I remember in 2021. Is it 2021? Yes. I sat here, I defended that babe, and I said, oh, she will grow. Because everybody was saying Angel was kissing everybody. Angel kissed Boma, Angel kissed Saga, Angel kissed this person. I'm like, you know what? Let her be. And she is the one sitting there and trying to talk about somebody acting crazy, trying to talk about somebody not acting right. I'm like, what? Oh my goodness, I saw a lot. People of God, I saw a lot last night. You know, it's just talking about being disrespectful, saying that, oh, any small thing, you know, Ilebaye will say, oh, shut up, bitch. I'm like, Cece, you. Like, why is it so easy for us to see other people's faults but not ours? Like, seriously, first of all, respect is reciprocal, right? You know, saying about the disrespect thing, which of them have not really been disrespectful to each other? It's Big Brother's house. They should stop this. Oh, we are the OGs. Are you an ancestor? If you're an ancestor of Big Brother, what should Ebuka say? Because they are the ones that started Big Brother Naija in Naija. I don't know. There's just... And I fault Big Brother. Yeah, I fault Big Brother again. Big Brother had options to bring feisty people from the level of season. But no, Big Brother said no. And now Ilebaye has become the show. Because Sissy was like, does Ilebaye think she's the show? Oh yeah, she's the show. Ilebaye has been making us talk for the past 2 weeks. She is the show. Well, you guys are forming like, you know, madam and all that. She was giving us something to talk about. See, my own is, yes, Ilebaye would definitely call it a strike. Yeah. But, you know, these other people will also get a strike. I just don't like what I'm seeing there. And Doyin is quite crazy that I just hope, that she's not believing these people because they don't care about her. In fact, in their own heads, they just feel like the level of seasoned people should not be in that show. If you listen to what Kid Wire was saying, like, oh, these are newbies, they feel like they don't have a place at the All-Stars. Like, honestly, I was really disgusted. I think my own disgust is kind of different from every other person. I think mine comes from the fact that these are girls I once defended. You get? And I felt like being a person that have been there before, you should also understand how this works and give that same grace to another person. But no, they don't. Yes, Ilebaye has a strategy. We all know that, but who doesn't? If you want me to point out strategies of these other housemates, I will gladly point them out. Ceec'S has this overconfidence strategy, and of course, I'm not going to talk about in this video what Ceec'S said that got the internet talking and asking how did she know that. That's a topic for another video. All of them have one strategy or the other. So why is another person's strategy your problem? If you know you don't want to be part of her strategy, then avoid her. Don't give her that highlight like Mercy would say. That's what I saw. Big Brother will come and give his own verdict. And I think the most cocky thing that Ceec'S did was telling Big Brother, you must give her a strike. If you don't give her a strike, then I know you're partial. Maybe she doesn't understand that Big Brother hates it when people detect to him. If you think it's a lie, ask the likes of Erica, ask Beauty. Those people that were directly talking to Big Brother, telling Big Brother, you must do this, you must do that. It doesn't always... Big Brother doesn't like that. It's his house, his rules. Have you guys forgotten? I mean, Sister that is talking. In her own season, she got plenty strikes. She would have been disqualified if not that Big Brother decided to reset the game. I mean, what are we talking about? So, honestly, last night was epic. It's a game. Like you guys always remind me, it's a game, and I see it as a game. Ilebaye, whether... And I think another thing, oh my goodness, this video is getting too long. It's about 20 minutes now, but I don't care. I think that all these things, I can't wait for Big Brother to actually give Ilebaye a strike and just a strike and hopefully not disqualify her. And then watch her not get evicted. Because they were saying a lot of things. Oh, does she have a fan base? Even if you want to be disqualified, you have to have a big fan base. Do you think that people want to share their fan base? But I'm like, what? Wake up and smell the coffee, baby. Go out and touch the grass because this girl has got an army following her now. That's my own thing, that's my 2 cents about this. A lot happened last night. I'll still come back probably, to give you guys an update on other stuff that happened. But you see on this Ilebaye case, I've still not seen Ilebaye this morning. I'll go watch to see if Big Brother has released her. And like Adekule said, Big Brother probably kept her there because they were actually threatening her, because we're hearing things like, oh, bring her back, let Big Brother release her so that I can finish her. I'm like, I don't know, maybe Big Brother now has landlords and landladies in his house that he does not know. Big Brother bring in tenants, they don't come to on landlords and landladies. I'm not going to excuse Ilebaye for her behavior, and I'm also not going to judge her for it, because most of your faves that are in there, in their seasons, they did worst. So yeah, miss me with that respect. I'm looking out for her. Blah, that BS, it's BS to me. It's a game. She is the youngest, and if using the fact that she is the youngest is her strategy to win, then baby, let her do it. That's my own 2 cents. I also think that Kidwire might also get a warning or something from Big Brother. Why? Because he is the head of house. He's supposed to keep, the peace and quiet of the house, or keep the house in order. That is a job of a head of house. But what did he do? He turned a blind eye. Let's see what Big Brother's verdict is. But my own speculation is it might just end up being double strikes, because she has not had any previous strikes. All the house had, everybody in the house has had is a warning. So let's see what Big Brother, the one that sees everything in the house, has to say about this. On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Ezine Williams. Have yourself a beautiful, wonderful day ahead.